Every step I take, every move I make, yeah. Every single day, every time I pray, I've been missing you.
Good morning! Hi guys, welcome back to another day. I'm having a really good morning. I bathed in the moon water, feeling very clean. I enjoy talking to you guys. You guys make it fun. I like this. We learn and we listen from each other. We guide each other, right? I don't know. I want people to tell me if I'm not looking right or if I got something on my face one day or something. Just be honest. Just be real with people. I try to tell people how it is. It's a little embarrassing to tell people about their zipper and stuff. I don't tell people about their zipper now at 7-Eleven because that's a little weird. And that's how I've always been. I just basically tell you if you got something on your face, if you want to fix it, if you want to fix what you got. I've just always been a supporter. I've always been a guide. I've always just wanted the best for other people my whole life. Not a single person has fought to keep me in their life, and that's insane to me. I don't know why. They're just like completely okay with getting rid of me, completely okay with discarding the good, and I don't understand it. Sharing is caring, right? I grew up giving. I grew up my whole life not really having much of anything, but giving what I could give at the time, right? A lot of people's taken from me, which is fine. I don't know. We live and we learn. We grow. If the world would just listen a lot more than we spoke, I feel like people would be less judgmental. The world would be more gentle. If the world would get their facts from the source, things would be a lot better. Things would not get misunderstood. If people got their facts from the resource and didn't believe word of mouth half of the time, the world would be a lot better place. We're just trying to do better. We're just trying to make the world a better place, one day at a time. I'm going to go into detail a little bit about the parent-teacher conferences, guys. Like, I feel like they can be like a little intimidating sometimes. Let's be real. I don't know. I live in an area where they have really stuck-up teachers. If your dad is not a professor or like your mom doesn't work a state or the university, if you don't have like that last name either, the teachers look at you differently. I feel like some of them are just like way too judgy instead of coming and like helping and being there, I don't know, and supporting like real teachers should. I don't know. I've just gotten really weird vibes with AA, to be honest. Strange thing to think about that my 4th grade teacher is now Winnie's teacher. I had the same 4th grade teacher when the Twin Towers hit. When September 11th happened, I was in that same hallway that my daughter is in this year, 25 plus years later. And like, talking to the teacher, having this conversation, and she knew me whenever I was in the 4th grade. When I say it comes full circle, the world comes in full circle. I really mean that. I truly do believe that. So last year at her parent-teacher conference, they came at me a certain kind of way last year at her parent-teacher conference whenever she had a different teacher, and about her shyness, about her anxiety. She basically like doesn't open up to anybody unless like friends come to her, kind of like me, right? We're kind of like closed off. Unless we are approached, we do not come to you. We attract, we do not chase. So during that parent-teacher conference last year, I didn't really mean to, but I mean, there was a lot going on in my headspace. There was a lot going on in life last year and everything. And I brought up the school shootings. They came at me like I was beating my child or that I was abusing my child because she was so shy. And they came at me negative. So I'm like, my child is probably scared because there's a lot happening in the school. I brought it up at the parent-teacher conference. I don't care. I genuinely felt judged. I've always felt judged at this school. I don't know why, because I've always just tried to do my best. And sometimes, like, it's a little bit intimidating going in there, thinking that you have it all together and thinking that, maybe your daughter isn't doing like the best in school, but she's doing average and she's not failing. It's not like she's bringing home 60s and 70s, but she's not bringing home 90s either. I get it. I understand. I've messed up. I want to do better. She deserves to be taught, and I want to teach her. I want to guide her. I just don't think that this school is right or this school is where it's at anymore. I feel like they're a high privileged school, and not everybody has that in their life, and then if they don't have it, they look down at you, and I don't like that. I want everybody to win. In the city, I went to the school up there, and they didn't treat me like I was a nobody. I really went to parent-teacher conferences, and they didn't have any issues with me. I was heard in that school. There was teachers that loved me and loved Winnie, and there was a completely different vibe. I know that we're different. We're all different. I like to read. I like to go outside. I like to run. I like to hike. I want to be outside in nature every single day. Every single second that I get, I would like to spend in nature. If I didn't have Winnie, I would be one of those people on the grid. I would be in the wilderness. I feel like I genuinely belong in the wilderness. I took a cold shower this morning. I'm changing so much, and I love it. I am loving every single second of who I am becoming. Every chapter counts in my life. Every chapter counts. I truly believe that it's grown me into who I am, who I'm becoming, who I'm going to be, who I am meant to become. Every chapter matters to me. I want everybody to grow and to win and to love each other and to be here for one another. I genuinely want to be here for anybody who wants to be here for me, who wants to be in my corner, who wants to support me, who wants to be here, who wants to love me for me, and not what I can give them and what I can provide for them. I want to surround my circle with just a little bit of people that give me a lot of love. All right, so a little bit of detail about the two people. My Uncle Charlie was one of them on my dad's side that won the $1 million, and he was scratching tickets. Like, my first love actually worked at the gas station that I was just working at, and he was working there, and my Uncle Charlie would come in and scratch tickets, and ever since then, I was like, oh my gosh, like, we're actually related. I didn't know that we were related at the time, but then found out as he was working there, and as we were talking and stuff like that, and as the days progressed, that we were actually related. He's old, he's set in his ways, he's closed off to the world. He doesn't talk to anybody. He doesn't have any family. He was never married. He's my Uncle Charlie. I literally asked him for $5,000 to help me put down money to buy my first house, another house in the city with my boyfriend at the time. And he couldn't even help me do that. I was going to pay him back, obviously. And I was going to set up a plan with him to pay him back. And he said no. He said that he doesn't help family or friends. I get it. His only family that he has. But okay. My Aunt Linda is his sister. His sister passed away, and she was up at the grave. She doesn't even have a tombstone up there. She deserves a tombstone, in my opinion. Her and Aunt B are the only people on my dad's side that have tried to be a part of Winnie's life, that have bought Winnie presents for Christmas. They sent them in Georgia. You know, those are the only two people on my dad's side that have done for me and Winnie, and I just wanted to put that out. And she walked around Hornell her whole entire life. She never had a car. She never had her license. She walked around until the day that she died for many, many years, being unnoticed. It's crazy to think about that, like, the people that you push away could be good people. They could be valuable, worthy people, and you're just treating them like they're garbage. I'm just here to grow. I'm here to learn. I know that each one of us has a path. I know that each one of us needs to learn. Each one of us can take a part of this video teach themselves something. I know it. I know in my heart that I am inspiring people every day. I'm growing. I love it here. I just don't love it here in New York, right? I love it here in my life, in my space. I just don't love it in New York. I want a place that I can call home. I want a place that I can be at peace, where I can love and enjoy myself every day and where I am at. Somewhere where I belong. We all make choices. We all have to live with what we decide in life. We all make a bed and lie in it, right? We all have to lie in the bed that we make. So why not make our bed special? Why not make our bed so magical? Why not make our bed full of laughter and love and guidance? So I think that human decency should change, and we need to start treating everybody that we meet like they're millionaires. Everybody that we run into, treat them like they are gold, like they are the best thing that ever happened to your life, because who knows, they could be. Think about it. There's hundreds of thousands of people in the world, and we run into certain individuals for a reason. We speak to certain individuals. We decide to have certain conversations with people for reasons. And if you would just listen more, if people would just listen. Let's talk about love, guys, right? I don't know. Everybody loves love. Everybody should love. I believe a man knows, like, if you are in a committed relationship, a man knows within the first year. He knows if he wants to put a ring on you, if he wants to deal with your shit for the rest of his life. You cannot get to know anybody on a deep level without knowing them years. It takes 5 years at least, is what I Googled. I feel like it takes 5 years to solidly know somebody, to commit to knowing, to loving, and to learn about an individual, to want to know everything and anything about an individual. It takes years of learning. Being married and divorced, it's taught me a lot. I mean, even though I didn't really genuinely love Sean, I had love for him. And when you fall in love for the first time, it's butterflies. It's those feelings that you'll never get back, that you'll never forget. Those feelings of pure love and pure happiness. Thinking that you're going to spend forever with this person. Thinking that this person is your person. And thinking that you want to build a life with them. Not seeing yourself with anybody else. And that's all right. Once you find that click, you don't want to go back. You don't want to settle for anything less than that spark, any experience, anything else. It's like two in sync people connected. I feel like once you see that spark with somebody, you know. When you know, you know. Not everybody gets to experience that, like, first time, like, connection, love at first sight bullshit. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about whenever you actually dig deep into their soul and see who they really are and understand that they're a little mysterious and they're a little unique, but that's what makes them rare. That song, Right by My Side by Nicki Minaj, that has touched first love. I've seen him at my work a few times and everything, and we definitely still have that love for each other, but it's never going to be the same. I wasn't there for him when he needed me the most, and I understand that I was in a really bad place in my life, and I understand that I can't be there for everybody. I want to be there for everybody. I could have been there for him. I just didn't have it in me to be there for him, because my last relationship showed me that I didn't need him anymore, right? I think it's sad because I wanted to be there more than anything. What do you mean? I looked at him like my best friend my whole life. I looked at my first love like he was my best friend. I wanted nothing more to be there for him, to support him. I'm sorry that I wasn't there. I couldn't be there. It's okay, because life changes us. The only advice I really have is, like, listen to your heart. What is your intuition telling you? What is your heart saying? Listen. just sit in silence sometimes and listen. They'll talk to you. They love you. Everybody is loved here. We all have guides. We are all here just trying to guide each other. We're all loved, even though we have our quirks. And there's some things that we say that people don't like. They still love us. We all are individually weird. Like, let's be honest. Because we all do not like each other. We don't have to get along at all times. It's okay to have space and it's okay to be apart for some days or some weeks, but it's not okay to go hundreds of days. I want my husband to be around. I want my husband to be here. I hold my men and my friends to standards. I know you guys are out here listening. I know people are listening. I know. I lived in Rock Hill, South Carolina, and we lived there, and I moved in 2004. Castle Heights was just built that year. We are very lucky to have gotten to go to Rock Hill, South Carolina. My stepdad's best friend lived down in Rock Hill, and they were there for years before us, and they wanted us to come down and make a life next to them. We actually rented the house next to my stepdad's best friend, and we spent many years down there. I started in the 7th grade, and it was a brand new school. It was very intimidating starting a new school. Any kid is going to be nervous, especially starting school in another state. So I was nervous, but at the same time, I was excited. I have one genuine friend still from high school. A lot of good people have came from that experience, and each chapter matters. Each person matters. That song that plays in the beginning, I first learned that song in the 7th grade. My best friend at the time, he was, oh God, I miss him. He meant so much to me, and he touched my heart in many ways, and only he knows that that song is for him, truly, because like he touched my soul in so many ways for so many years. I have these like little inside jokes with just certain individuals along my path. I want to share it. I want to share my life. I'm here to spread light. Rock Hill was a huge chapter of my life. It really was. It taught me and it grew me, and I lost my virginity down there. Those people meant a lot to me, and a lot of people touched me in ways that they don't even know. They touched my life in ways that are mysterious. We touch each other, not just touch each other physically, but we touch each other's souls, right? Each person that comes into our life, we want to learn. We want to guide them. We want to teach them. I don't know. I've definitely turned away a lot of guys. I've turned away a lot of people in my life because I don't think that they belong in my energy, or they didn't deserve my energy, or they tried too hard. Like, I don't know. I'm just a very unique person, and I don't want to come across as like I'm better than anybody, any person, because I'm not. I've never felt like that. That's the God honest truth. I've just felt more close to certain individuals throughout my life where I've pushed others away because their energy wasn't matching mine. I just didn't feel the need to want to be friends or want that to go on any further because of where I was at in my life. With that being said, I've been given rings. I've been loved. I can't even lie. So my first boyfriend down in Rock Hill, not the guy that I lost my virginity to, but my first boyfriend, he loved me. He genuinely loved me enough that he bought me a ring at such a young age. I didn't even graduate high school. I decided to quit high school and move to New York, and he wanted to move to New York with me. He chose to leave South Carolina and moved to New York with me because he loved me. A few years ago, he actually reached out to me and asked me if I felt the same way about him, if I ever truly loved him. I was just honest. It was tough for me to tell him it wasn't my first love. Even though it was hard for me, I told him the truth. I was genuine, and we had a good conversation. I believe he got his closure that he needed, and he's in a better place now. May Lord please rest his soul. He is not in pain anymore, and he is just free with his ancestors. Saying goodbye to my first boyfriend when he boarded his plane was hard. It was tough. I cried. It was emotional. I knew I cared about him, but I needed to make the decision for me because I knew that I was growing and that I knew I needed more in life that we could give each other, I guess, in that time in life. In that present moment, I let him go, and I made that decision because he wasn't mine to keep. I've met guys that I've felt like they're mine to keep, and I've felt guys that they aren't mine to keep. You don't belong to me. This isn't my clique. It's not my connection. I've been loved very much throughout my whole life. I just have chosen who I give my love to, who can be in my life, who deserves to be here today. I'm so determined to fight. I will conquer. I want to strive until I find the right person, until somebody is there for me, who doesn't give up on me, who is going to stick around, who wants to be there, who doesn't want to miss a birthday, who wants to be there to wish me a happy birthday right at midnight, who loves me enough to want to be there, who doesn't want to go days without seeing me, who cannot breathe because they miss me so much. I deserve to be cherished. Everybody wants that love. I feel like everybody deserves to be cared for. Why wouldn't we want to care for others? I know that I have had certain standards to live by and stuff, and like, even though like I wasn't raised by the right people or the right environment, I didn't have the right support system. I really did teach myself. If you need a little bit of a push, I'm here for you. I got you. I have your back because nobody had my back when I had nobody. I literally went to God. That's all I have for today, beauties and gems. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And remember, stay kind to each other.